We are on a very, very special mission today because we are going to be tasting a classic of Genoa, which is known for all over the world. And our mission today is to taste, devour, flavor as many Focaccia Genovese as possible because it is what represents Genoa. It's focaccia. They're very proud of it. They're very jealous of it. They believe it's the best in the world, and well, we're going to have to see if it's true or not. So that's our mission today, and let's go.
So we're just looking at a local buying all this extra focaccia for himself. We got a little slice. You see how they just slice it and they bring it home. Now let's go try ours. We asked a local where should we go and they said here. So we did what she said. So let's go in and get our little piece of focaccia.
So this is how much we got. I got 2 slices of this. I paid the outrageous amount of €2. And now we're going to find a place to sit down and eat it.
Now we came all the way to the port to eat this because actually everything starts in this area. So Genoa is the regional capital of Liguria and it is one of the main ports of Italy historically too. And so this was the perfect place.
The perfect place to eat what we just purchased.
Yes. But before, let's talk about what we're having, okay? So Focaccia Genovese.
As you talk, I will show it to them.
It's a show and tell.
It's a show and tell.
It's like a bread. It's about at least 1 centimeter thick, minimum. And it takes a lot of time to prepare. It actually has to rise in 4 different moments and have a minimum up to 20 hours.
Can you imagine?
Of rising. So it is very special, and because that gives it its distinct softness. It is enjoyed, I would say enjoyed, not consumed.
No, I said it's enjoyed because this is a pleasure.
It's enjoyed all throughout the day. For us, it was pretty surprising to learn how they actually even dip it in their cappuccino. Because in Rome, we would not do that. So you actually dip it in cappuccino. You have it as a snack all throughout the day. It's bread that you eat
during lunch, during dinner, use it for your aperitivo. I mean, it's something that they consume 24/7.
And the uniqueness of this is, you see how you have these little holes? You see? Well, these, while they make it, then they, with their fingers, we'll try to go backstage.
We'll try to sneak and see what you guys can
so
make.
So they actually poke little holes on it, and then they put this mixture of water, extra virgin olive oil, and they brush it.
They brush it.
And then they put coarse salt on top.
Now, when you buy it, usually it's when it comes out of the oven, it's served upside down because the particular thing is when you put it in your mouth, the salt has to touch your tongues and your taste buds are like wowed.
So you actually eat it this way.
And the ingredients to make this
Did I say the ingredients?
No, you did not.
I didn't?
No.
Well, obviously flour, extra virgin olive oil, salt, malt, yeast,
and water. That's it. And what is so particular about this is the extra virgin olive oil. I mean, here they don't drizzle, they pour seriously, and the olive oil that they have here in Liguria is amazing. And so that is one of the main, that's like let's say it's the most important ingredient. The olive oil is what makes a difference. And
let's go for it.
And we're eating it here now, standing at the port because we wanted you to see the port, and we were getting hungry walking.
I want to. You're holding it wrong.
I'm holding it wrong. Yes, we're holding it like that. Because it's crunchy on the outside, it's crunchy on the inside, it's crunchy on the outside, and in the middle, it's buona. We have fans. We have a whole group of people watching what we're doing. Okay, so this is the first one. I must say that we like it.
Also, there are different variations with tomatoes, sliced white onions, olives, rosemary, sage, and I think we should
try them
Give
all.
it a try.
I think we should try the
Okay.
same. So for now, I must say that we really like this. Let's talk a little bit about the history of La Focaccia di Genoa, La Focaccia Genovese. Again, we have to go back centuries and centuries. We have the Greeks, we have the Phoenicians, and we have the Romans that in some kind of way contributed to the beginning of the making of focaccia. Around the 13th century, there is the first written document that actually mentions the term focaccia, and it was a leasing document for a shop that was going to sell focaccia. But back then, they still did not use yeast, and so it was very, very, very flat. Then during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, it was actually served in weddings and in funerals until the Bishop of Genoa said, basta, this is not going to be done anymore, and so that's when it stopped. Around the 18th century is when we see focaccia starting to actually be something that was eaten among the people. And why? Thanks to the opening of this place, not this place in specific, but to le sciamate, which were places that had an oven. Sciamata means fiammato, which in Italian means flame. We're literally across the street from the port, and this was where the people that worked at the port came to eat something fast. And places like this, having the oven, they would serve, they would make like la farinata di ceci, so food that was poor but high nutritious. And so this is when la focaccia started appearing as something that was eaten more and more and more frequently among the people here. And imagine the workers, now I do not remember the name, what they were called, the workers that used to actually do all the heavy work in the ports would come here at 11 sharp to dip, to have a big piece of focaccia genovese, and they would dip it in wine. It was so filling and so satisfying that sometimes that they would even skip lunch. So now we're going to show you this, and then we're going to show you all around the tiny little roads that surround the port of Genoa. We came to the second bakery, because this is a bakery. It is unbelievable what they have, because we wanted to try the different varieties of focaccia, because it's not only like this, but they come dressed in other things.
And I must say something, because when obviously you find focaccia genovese all around Italy, but again, you need to eat local. And I was surprised because in Rome, when we have focaccia genovese, it's a lot thicker. I was expecting it to be a lot thicker, but it isn't, you see? It isn't. And we need to try this. And you see again the holes and the oil. And
Can I interrupt you? Look. The holes are actually see-through. Look.
then we also got, and we'll need to get more, we got this with olives. And one that we really wanted to try with white onions.
Onions.
Wow. Did you smell?
No, I tasted.
Oh.
You see, it's always crispy on the outside. I love onions. This is unbelievable.
And it's got like a lot of onions.
Because it's so, even if it's thin, the inside and the outside are crispy, and the inside layer is just so soft.
And it is definitely, when you touch it, it's always, you see, always very oily, but that is part of it.
It has to be oily. If it's not oily, it's not focaccia genovese.
And actually, with the green olives, it gives it that sort of
You have to try this.
acidity. Here.
Wow.
And here, the onions are actually sweet. They use white onions.
However, I mean, we've been taking you around. Okay, for now, just to read it, but we've been trying a lot. And nothing has been a disappointment, and everything has been simple ingredients. And with simple ingredients, because this is what, you know, again, they did what they could with what they had. They created something that is
And
unbelievable.
this is by far beyond my expectation.
Oh, way, completely. I mean, it's not another thing.
It's something, again, that I have never tasted the proper way. So, I would say mission accomplished.
Definitely.